All right, the first thing you need to do is go back to the basic how to draw video. On a normal piece of paper, you're going to draw out your face. You're going to sketch it. It does not have to be neat because you're just using this as a stencil. So you don't really have to even put in details like the eyes and stuff, or the eye pupils or anything like that. You just need kind of the general shape of your hair, your face, where the things go on your eyes, and then we're going to use that and cut it out. So once again, this does not have to be neat at all. You don't even have to erase these lines. So you're going to separate the shape of your hair, your face, and your neck. And you're using that to cut out paper. So you're going to get a bunch of different tones and shades. You can use lots of colors, or I have a bunch of kind of skin tones. And what you're going to do is you're just going to roughly collage an area that's about the size of your face. So I'm going to take my face and my shoulders, and I'm just going to roughly outline it. So it does not have to be neat. I just want to make sure I cover the whole thing. After that, you can collage. You can kind of think about planes of your face. What I mean by that is like your forehead is a plane and your cheeks are a plane. So you can do different shapes in those general areas, but mostly you're just kind of doing shapes that make up kind of a puzzle piece. And see how I'm gluing it kind of on, but I'm also having it be kind of off it a little bit too. You can cut these, you can tear them, whatever you kind of want. That one's kind of random. It looks like that would go over my eye. I'm going to put this one here because that's kind of where my cheekbone would be. And I am going to let some of the pink show through still, but I'm going to use kind of all these warm colors. Maybe this one I will think about kind of that straight down line kind of following the side of my nose. You don't have to think of it that way, but you can. All right, I'm going to speed this part up, but you can basically see that I'm just thinking about different areas and layering colors and tones. In a minute, I'm going to place my face over it, and I'm going to cut it out. So I'll show you how to do that too, but take some time to cover at least your whole face. All right, now that I have a variety of colors, I'm going to trace my face shape. There's my face shape, and I can go ahead and cut that out. Go ahead and put that to the side, as well as the white paper where you drew your face. We will need that white paper to transfer more detailed images. I'm also going to go ahead and just cut out my neck area too, even though I'll probably layer a shirt on top of it. I'm going to use the extra down here to do that. You can also just do a whole nother paper and layer it and use it for the neck part as well. I actually ended up using some dark colors so it looked like a shadow, to make it look a little bit different from my face. After you're done with this part, I would clean up your area, and we're going to, just so I don't lose things, attach this to a background paper. All right, so now I'm going to put my face and my neck together. It's just the outline, and make it kind of fit to my paper. You could also do a collage paper. And I'm going to do my hair the same kind of method. So I need a paper. I need to think about the shape of my hair, and I'm going to add colors to it, my hair is black, but I'm going to kind of add cool and darker colors to make some interesting dimension. If you look at Derek Adams' work, there's some hairs that are like really detailed and like they use triangles and squares and stuff. It depends how you want to go about it. You can do that, or like me, I'm about to just rip some paper because for me it's going to represent kind of the waviness of hair. Having another cleanup moment. I think I'm going to commit and glue my stuff down now. The cool thing about the hair is that like because you're gluing it down, if you want to like have some of it go in front and behind, you can do that kind of like real hair would. After you have these basic shapes down, I'm going to show you how to transfer your face. So that white paper that I told you to keep, the paper with your face on it, I'm going to show you how we can shade the back with your pencil, press hard and trace it onto your face. So at this point, you can cut out simple things like your mouth and your eyes, or you could draw them on. You can kind of see how it looks drawn on. I'm going to do my eyes and my mouth at least after I do, I'm going to do a shirt. So first I'm going to do a shirt, and then we're going to move on to the face itself. So for my shirt, you just saw that I outlined the neck of the shirt. I'm just going to use my paper as where I need to cut it off. So I kind of hold it and draw on the back, and that makes it easy to trim it off. Or you can glue a bigger piece down and then flip over to the back of your main background and cut off the edges. All right, so you could go ahead and draw your face as you see it and try to eyeball it, or we can do something a lot easier. Go to the back with your pencil and you're going to shade the back. You're shading the back so that way if you draw on the front, it will transfer. So it doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be enough to transfer the image. Now I'm going to put it on top, and I'm going to push kind of medium hard so that way when I push down, the back graphite will transfer onto my face. You might not be able to see it, but I definitely can. So there it is. I'm going to go ahead and sketch it in. Right. After I've transferred the face, I don't really need it anymore. What I'm doing is I'm going to, kind of like how I cut out our hair and the face, I'm going to cut out pieces of my face so that way I can trace it onto a colored paper. So I'm going to, I cut out my mouth, I'm going to trace that onto a paper, and then I'll have the correct size and shape mouth to glue onto my face. I'm also going to do the same thing on my eyes. So I glued it to that red paper so that way it would move, but I will take it off in a second. And of course I can adjust it if it doesn't look quite right. All right, then I'm gonna go over with Sharpie so that way it has a nice outline. Going to trace my nose and trace my eyebrows. You can do that with Sharpie or marker, it doesn't really matter. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing for the eyes. For the eyes, however, I'm just going to, instead of cutting two separate ones out to make it symmetrical, I'm going to trace one, and then I'm going to fold the paper so that way I'm cutting two at the same time. And then I'm just gonna tape them down symmetrically. So that way the bigger bump part of my eye is next to or towards the middle. That will save you time and a headache of trying to make it look even, because they'll already be even. Once you have them, make sure they're a good shape before you glue them down, and go ahead and glue them down and then draw on top of them. You could also cut out your irises, the colored part of your eye. So I'm going to take my paper that I cut my eye from and use it as a measurement to draw the little circle for the inside of my eye. And then, kind of like my eye, I'm going to fold it in half and cut it so I have two of the same size circles. All right, at this point you can add extra details with marker or extra paper. We'll talk about backgrounds next time, or you can start doing backgrounds. And you can refer back to the other how to draw video as well for the more now detailed like eyelashes. And if you want to add, you can even add some shading if you really want to.